guys, we're going to be talking about how to get paid per swipe and earn anywhere between 200 bucks to about $1,000 per account that you guys can land. And this is money that you all can make while you sleep. Okay. This is the wonderful part about credit card processing, aka merchant services. Guys, welcome to another weekly live with Paul Alex, founder of merchantautomation.com. Guys, welcome. As you guys can see right here, I am in New York. I'm in New York for, number one, a couple business ventures regarding merchant automation and then ultimately merchant accounts. But then tomorrow, I'm going to be actually on a podcast called Earn Your Leisure, which they have around 2 million subscribers on YouTube. They're a big financial literacy podcast, guys, and we're going to be teaching them, talking about absolutely everything regarding credit card processing, how to build residual income, how to build a business, how to be a leader, right? And I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped to actually jump on that and then just to drop knowledge that I have been able to actually experience my past 8 years in entrepreneurship, guys. But with that being said, we have a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about how to get paid per swipe and earn anywhere between 200 bucks to about $1,000 per account that you guys can land. And this is money that you all can make while you sleep. Okay. This is the wonderful part about credit card processing, aka merchant services. Now, let's get down to business, guys. How can you guys make $200 to $1,000 for credit card processing? Well, if you guys don't know what merchant services is, it's one of the biggest industries and it's rapidly growing ever since COVID, guys, in the trillions. Okay. We're about to cross over in the $3 trillion mark within this industry. The reason why this is such a big opportunity, what I like to call a big blue ocean, because if you guys don't know my background, I started entrepreneurship full time with automated teller machines. So in the ATM industry, right? And then I moved into Bitcoin teller machines. And then ultimately, I got some mentors within the merchant services industry. They're 9-figure entrepreneurs. They've been able to be in this industry for more than 20 years, and they were able to pour into me, guys, where I didn't know absolutely anything until roughly the end of 2022. So then I myself started building my own merchant services business because I am the type of entrepreneur that likes to actually talk about proof of concept, right? It's almost like when you go ahead and I don't know how many of you guys used to play video games or have kids that do, but a lot of these video game companies, a lot of these tech companies, they actually go ahead and they beta run their products, right? And their services and their video games. So what I like to do, I'm a big fan of a beta launch. So that's what I do with every single bootstrap company, meaning that I invest my own hard-earned money into, and I go ahead and I launch it myself, make sure I have proven concept, and then I'm able to take it to the public. You guys, I'm able to take it to the public and talk about the experience that I went through to actually start the business. And that's exactly what I did. So the great part about my background, guys, I was in corporate America for 6 years. For 7 years, I was in law enforcement. And then I'm a full-time entrepreneur now for the past 4 years, guys. I have literally broken the generational curse of my family by being a bloodline breaker, being the first multi-millionaire in my family, and being able to dramatically change the lives of not only my parents, but my siblings and absolutely everybody that I love around my circle. And when it comes down to it, why do I continue to go ahead and you could say continue on this journey of building and building and building my empire is because ultimately my why is so big, right? And your why can change, guys. Initially, my why was my mother, to retire my mother, and I was able to accomplish that. Now is to go ahead and take care of my family, my future kids, and then ultimately it's my legacy, guys. And that's what it comes down to. I was talking to an employee, and he was asking me like, dude, why do you want to continue? Why do you want to hit like that 9-figure mark? And I'll tell him like, to be honest, man, what else am I gonna do? You know, if I retire now or if I retire in the next couple of years, what else am I gonna do? Am I gonna be playing golf? I'm not a big golfer, guys. I mean, I'll play it, but I'm not a big golfer. At the end of the day, my mind just races so like it just races everywhere, right? And I'm just consistently thinking of new ideas. I'm consistently how to refine things. I'm consistently thinking of what else I could do in life that I haven't experienced. I love to travel. I love to help people. I love to build businesses. I love the journey. That's just what it is, right? So when it comes down to it, it comes down to fulfillment, right? At the age of 36, I could say that I have lived. I have truly lived, and I've had fun. I've worked hard. I've experienced three different careers. I've made money. I've been broke. I've been happy. I've been sad. I've been through everything, guys. So, what else is left? Make an impact, fulfillment, the ripple effect. It's ultimately how I could go ahead and actually help as many people as possible. And I've already have, but how can I help more? Right? How can I make a huge impact and leave that legacy that I want to live? So this is where it comes down to play with merchant automation. With merchant automation, this concept came into play because we were like, okay, this is such a great concept where we're able to help 100% of merchants in the United States and now in Canada. We actually expanded to Canada, guys. So if you're Canadian, listen up, right? So we've been able to expand to Canada, but the way that we do it, our strategy is very unique. Simplicity equals success. Okay. Once again, guys, simplicity equals success. And this is a key takeaway for every single one of you because a lot of people make business complicated, and I'm not a big fan of that. The reason why is because I built multi-million dollar businesses at very simple concepts that have been able to scale so easily. It's not until I have either, let's say, a partner or an employee that tries to go ahead and overcomplicate the systems that I have built that ultimately then create issues. So with that being said, I talk from experience, guys, okay? Because I am an operator. I'm a true operator. I know how to run a business. So from that perspective, what I can tell you guys is we've have been able to establish such an easy concept that even if you never knew about business before, even if you never sold anything, you'd be able to do this. Okay. So what I did is initially I had a call center that I had used for my ATM businesses before, and I've been doing business with them for several years. So I brought them over to the merchant services side, credit card processing, and they were able to obtain several accounts for me where I had proven concept of building the company's own residuals. We were able to get already established locations from our partners who currently provide the network as well. Our ISO, independent sales organization, which majority of you guys, if you guys don't know what that is, that's essentially who you need to work with in order to go ahead and actually provide this type of service. So what we do is essentially we go above and beyond what a standard ISO does for you. Instead of just enrolling you under our umbrella to allow you to use our network and then take 50% of your residuals, what we do is we actually empower every single person that wants to work with us. And the reason why we do that is because we know that when you want to build something great, something that's going to last, and actually make an impact, you need to build such a strong culture and infrastructure that it could be unbreakable, right? So when I came with this concept of like, hey, let me go ahead and actually do this proven concept first with this strategy called the cash discount program. What's going to end up happening is that people are going to be like in awe, number one. Number two, they're going to be like, dude, I could do that. And then number three, they're going to go ahead and execute because they have the level of support that we provide, which is an extremely high level support. It's about proximity, right? You guys have a higher chance of succeeding if you guys do business with people that have already been successful doing the business. And that's just life in general. When I was in law enforcement, I was able to become a detective within 2 years, which is unheard of because I had mentors that were already in the game for 10, 15 years and they poured into me. They saw that I was a go getter. They saw that I was able to take imperfect action and they saw that I had a good work ethic. So at the end of the day, they decided to pour into me and then they were able to create basically a duplicate copy of themselves within me. That's why I was able to go ahead, become a detective. And within 3 years in my law enforcement career, being a young cop, guys, I was able to become an award winning detective, right? Being one of the best detectives in my agency, but then also in the task force that I was assigned to. From there, I decided that I wanted to make the switch. And essentially, my plan at that time was to go ahead and promote to a sergeant of police within 5 years. But things happen for a reason. Um, Critical incidents happened in my life where dramatically I was just like, you know what? I can't invest 80 to 100 hours working for one sole income, right? Because if you only have one sole income and it's not residual income, it's not passive income, then you're only one step away from poverty, guys. If you end up losing your job, what are you going to do? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have a safety net? Do you have any other skills that you know that you can rely on and make it happen for you and your family? And that's what it comes down to. That's why we're all here, right? So at the end of the day, this is the exact system that we were able to deploy, which is called the cash discount program. And what the cash discount program is a specific strategy that you use within the merchant services industry. Now, let me paint the picture here. The merchant services industry is so huge. It's $1 trillion company, right? It's $1 trillion industry, multi-trillion dollar. But the reason why this strategy is so powerful, because number one, it is not highly used yet. Keyword yet. Okay. So, meaning it is not saturated. All right. That's the number one question I always get. Is this saturated yet, Paul? No. You might see credit card terminals and standard credit card processing everywhere, but you're not going to see cash discount program everywhere yet. Less than 5% of the total amount of the industry currently uses this. Why? Because the lack of education and the lack of support that they're getting from their current credit card processing suppliers. So you got to think about it like this. If you're Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America, or if you're, let's say, Clover, which is a humongous merchant services provider, but then also they provide equipment, or even Square, and you already have the business of hundreds of millions of businesses out there, would you go ahead and take the risk of offering them a service, even though you already have their business, where number one, you're risking losing their business because now they're going to say, hey, why didn't you tell me this earlier? And then number two, you're actually taking a pay cut. The answer to that, I'm going to answer it for you guys. The answer is no, you wouldn't. If you were a big corporation like that, you would not say anything. You would just continue with business, and you would just go ahead and continue to go ahead and do the business just as usual, guys. So let me get adjusted right here. So with that being said, when it comes down to it, okay, what is it that we're doing? We're essentially wiping out all the fees for our clients, for our merchants. And how we're doing that, we're essentially just switching the process on exactly how the credit card processing is being paid. So instead of the merchant taking the overhead expenses, we're flipping it. We're giving them the right equipment, we're giving them the right procedure and the right angle to go ahead and actually articulate this to their clients so their clients take care of the convenience fee. So instead of the merchant paying, let's say 2.5, 4 up to 4%, whatever it is, per credit card swipe, the client who pays for the service pays their own convenience fee. Now, the caveat to this is great because you guys can angle this as a marketing angle. And guys, I'm an expert marketing. I'm a marketing expert because I have invested over 7 figures in my self education. And also, I have the success of actually generating over multiple 8 figures due to my skill of being a great marketer. Now, with that being said, what I can recommend to you guys as your guys' mentor is that you guys should take the approach and the main point when you're talking to your merchants and your customers and tell them, look, this is a great marketing angle because people love a discount when they go to any business. So if you're able to say, hey, if you use cash, we'll give you a certain percentage off, people won't forget that. They actually like that. I have gone to several businesses where if you pay with a certain payment method, they give you a discount. Even certain contractors that I currently use right now. Right now in my home, I had some tile replaced in front of my property, and he had asked me, "Hey, man, so if you pay with Zelle, we'll give you a discounted rate." They essentially were doing the cash discount program. If you pay with card, you pay your own convenience fee, the 3% that they were charging. And guys, I'm about convenience at the end of the day. But sometimes, hey, I'm just like, you know what? It just makes more sense because if it's a super high ticket amount, maybe I don't want to pay the 3%. But let's say if it's in a couple $100 and I'm only going to pay like, let's say $10 for the convenience fee, I'll go ahead and use my card. It just depends on how much it is, what the service is, or the item is, and where's the person's mindset. Okay. Because if it's at a restaurant, guys, imagine this. Let me paint the picture. You're at a restaurant, and the restaurant's like, hey, do you want to valet your car? You're like, yes, I do. Okay, cool. If you pay with cash, it's going to be 40 bucks. Okay. If you pay with card, it's going to be 40 bucks plus the 3%. What do you want to do? Well, whenever I go to dinner, especially with my wife, right? It's all about convenience, right? I'm there to have a good time. I want to have a nice dinner. I want to go ahead and enjoy my time. So I don't even want to think about going ahead and dealing with anything business related. So the fastest and the most path of least resistance is going to be to use my credit card. So I'm going to pay the convenience fee all day. And this is the exact psychology that most consumers think about when they go ahead and they actually pay for this convenience fee. They see it as a convenience fee. They're not going out of the way to go get cash. They know that if they don't take care of it, then it's up to the business owner to take care of it. And a lot of business owners right now, guess what's happening? They're starting to realize that they're able to go ahead and cut hundreds of thousands of dollars in cost because of programs like this. But right now, number one, they don't know who to do business with. Number two, their credit card companies are not actually letting them know about this opportunity. And then number three, they're waiting to connect with an entrepreneur just like you and I, which they can relate to, who are local, and they could go ahead and support each other. That's just the name of the game, guys. So when it comes down to it, when you think about it, think about, okay, if an account makes 20,000 in revenue, okay? 20,000 is not that much, guys. It's pretty decent, okay, for a very small business like a cafe or a smoke shop, right? If you provide them the cash discount program with the terminal in the system that we provide, okay, you're able to make out of whatever percentage they are around 200 bucks. Okay. So you're getting majority of the residual coming off of the credit card fees, but you got to think about it like this. Nothing in life is free. So obviously, whoever provides you the network, which majority of times ISOs, they could be greedy, especially when you don't have any experience and they're going ahead and they're training you up for free. They're going to go ahead and take majority of your residual. That's just the name of the game, right? So how can you go ahead and avoid that? Well, you're talking to the right person, guys. You're watching the right person. So what we've done is we have established a very high end but high level support system where we connect you with multimillionaires that are highly successful in this, my mentors, ongoing weekly support. We provide you with the terminals at wholesale. We even provide you with the locations if you want to. We've even gotten so white glove service, guys, where we can actually get the entire account, set it up for you, and you just start getting residuals on a monthly basis. Some people hear that and they're like, no, that's too good to be true. But no, guys, we actually have hundreds of clients that are already doing this already, and we have major social proof. Okay. So if you guys are listening to this right now and you guys are like, there's no way, like, like send me some social proof. Like, I would love to see it. I would love to talk to a couple of your clients. Guys, go ahead and comment social proof. Comment social proof right now. Okay. And I can have a couple of my teammates are actually watching this live right now. Send it to you. Okay. We'll send you some social proof. We'll send you like 3 different examples. And then we'll send you some contact information from current clients that are currently in our business. And they're super happy, guys. Our clients love us because we got their back. We got their six, right? So with that being said, I'm also going to lead into this. Okay. I'm going to have this up for a little bit, guys. Today I hit a milestone, guys. So today I actually ranked number 2 for top business podcast, guys. So I don't know if you guys are really into podcasts, but this is essentially what started my entrepreneurship journey back when I was a police officer. I would literally tune into motivational podcasts on my way to work, on my way back from work to my house. And that's what would help me motivate me to keep going every single day and level up my life. So I decided to do a self-help podcast that's going to help millions of people. I know it is. And I launched it this past March. We're already bringing in around 2 million listeners a month, guys. Pretty cool, right? And then on top of that, we've been ranked number 2, and then I think we're ranked like 56 in all categories, which is crazy when you think about it, because there are tons of podcasts out there, right? But what I do is I focus on simplicity. So all it is 5 minutes of straight motivation. We're talking about life experience that I've experienced, and I talk about that, and I motivate. I pour it into you every single day, and then twice a month I'll have a special guest, and they'll talk about their story and stuff like that. So highly recommend you guys subscribe, leave a review, and yeah, tag me on Paul Alex on Instagram. Anyways, all right, guys. So now that you guys know our strategy, you're like, that's it. That's your strategy. Guys, simplicity equals success. Okay. The guys that try to make business super complicated never succeed. Okay. They usually work for the guy that keeps things simple and knows how to make decisive decisions. Okay. So the second thing we're going to talk about is 3 trigger questions to instantly hook a business owner and make them want to hear more.